So what's up guys? For this build, we are going to build something different. Magbibuild ako ng PC for my sister. And of course, gusto ko iterno yung PC build niya, yung theme ng PC build niya, sa setup niya sa kwarto niya. So, let's start. The processor that I picked for her is the Ryzen 3 3100. Despite being only a quad-core processor, malakas na rin ito for gaming. And also, comparing it to the Ryzen 5 2600, parang on par lang yung performance nila in most games na nilalaro ko. Mas lamang nga lang ang Ryzen 5 2600 sa cores at threads na makakatulong for streaming and also multitasking. And for the motherboard, I chose the Gigabyte B450M DS3H. According to reviews, ito ay isa sa mga sweet spots sa mga budget B450M motherboards, along with the ASRock B450M Pro 4. I got this motherboard on sale for only 3,850 pesos, and that's pretty much the deal breaker on why I chose this motherboard, kasi yung price to performance niya is just a good thing for this build. So now that I have introduced to you the motherboard and the processor that we are going to be using in this build, now let's start by installing the CPU to our motherboard. So for the RAM, ito ay second hand, pero okay lang yan kasi ako naman yung may-ari. So this is the Avexir Core RGB RAM 2x8GB kit, and ito ay 3200 MHz na CL16 ang timing. So for the SSD, I chose the Kingston A2000 NVMe SSD na 250GB. Ito na yung pinakamurang nakita ko from a reputable brand for only 2,000 pesos and 250GB. Sulit na to. Since gusto ko nga iterno yung theme ng PC build ni ate sa kwarto niya, I chose the DarkFlash DLM22 Pink. This case has a spacious build quality na hindi masyado mahirap mag-cable management sa likod, at maluwag na rin ito sa loob for the GPU clearance and of course AIO clearance. So by the way, gagamit tayo ng AIO from DarkFlash rin, pero mamaya na yun. So kaya nilagay ko na yung motherboard sa case kaagad without a cooler. For the power supply, naisip ko 500 watts would be enough for this build. Kasi hindi naman na siguro mag-upgrade yung ate ko for high-end parts. And also, at the time na naghahanap ako ng PSU, swerte lang na may available na EVGA 500 watts bronze rated sa ECPC for only 2,395. At syempre, dahil nga gusto ko maganda kalabasan ng build ng ate ko, nagpa-customize rin ako ng extension cables na pink and white combination. Bagay ito sa case ng ate ko, at syempre, bagay ito sa setup ng ate ko. it's not really necessary to use an AIO liquid cooler in cooling the Ryzen 3 3100. Usually, an air cooler would do. Pero for 3,500 pesos, itong DarkFlash AIO na ito ay sulit na for its price and cooling capabilities. So after connecting the front panel cables and power supply cables to the motherboard, it's time to install the AIO liquid cooler. Tulad ng RAM, second-hand rin ang GPU na gagamitin natin for this build. But then again, okay lang yun. Kasi ako naman yung may-ari nito dati. This graphics card is originally black, but I wanted it to match the theme of the PC build, so I spray painted the body pink. And nagpa-customize rin ako ng backplate for this GPU. So ayun, sariling design ko yan and di na ako masyado nag-effort, so bahala na kayo humusga. Oh, and by the way, since this build is some sort of a minimalistic build, we will be using a Bluetooth adapter and a Wi-Fi card. Kasi para iwas cable management na rin, from router to PC and cables ng keyboard and mouse to PC. As you guys may have noticed, kulang-kulang yung mga clips ng PC build na to. Well, kasi wala akong cameraman, so sorry na. So lastly, we will be installing the graphics card, and now let's see how well this looks sa kwarto ng ate ko. you